All right, guys. Today we have an interview from Milo Yiannopoulos. I've heard of him a little bit yesterday, just from the Kanye interview that happened with Timcast. If you guys didn't see that, that was crazy. But so yeah, this is a Channel 4 interview with Kathy Newman. As you know, Kathy Newman is the person that did the interview with Jordan Peterson. That was a crazy interview. So let's get into Milo. I'm just gonna call him Milo. Let's get into him.
Before we came on air, I spoke to Milo Yiannopoulos. He's a senior editor at Breitbart News, and there's even been speculation that he too could find his way into the Trump White House. I began by asking him what exactly alt-right means.
Well, it's a very young, vibrant, exciting new movement of conservatives in America. They are populists, they're nationalists, which is not a dirty word in America. They care about immigration, they care about trade, and they really hate political correctness.
And you would describe yourself as one of the sort of cheerleaders?
No, the media is desperate to crown me the queen of it. All I've ever done as a reporter is give them a fair hearing, give them a fair crack of the whip in the press. For that,
He's the first person I've seen say that I said the white, no, not the white, because alt-right could be any color. The alt-right is a good thing. This is the first person I've seen actually openly endorse the alt-right, which is crazy to me. I have never seen anybody endorse the alt-right before.
that crime, I have been called all sorts of awful names.
But they're too extreme even for you, then?
No, I wouldn't say that. We're fellow travelers on some issues, but, you know, I'm very pro-Iraq, I'm very pro-Israel. There are all sorts of, you know, points of difference, I think.
Do you think your erstwhile boss, Steve Bannon, chairman of Breitbart and Trump's chief strategist, do you think he has horribly regressive attitudes? He's been described by some liberals an anti-Semite, a white nationalist. Have they got that wrrong?
Well, Breitbart is a company staffed almost entirely by Jews. I am a gay Jew, and he made me into a star. He, you know, flew over from America to hire Raheem Kassam to run the London office, who is a, you know, brown-skinned Muslim. This stuff is ridiculous. What a lot of Brits don't always understand is how ugly and terrifying American politics can be. The name-calling can be absolutely extraordinary, and lots of Brits...
So, hold on, wait. Before he keeps going, this is interesting. So he's gay, and he's Jewish, and he's a part of the alt-right. Or he's not a part of it, because he didn't say he was a part of it. He said that he gave them the fair crack up the whip, which I actually think is a crazy saying, too. That's a crazy saying. But yeah, he gave them a fair, you know, look, and said that he doesn't agree with them on everything, so he agrees with some things. And this is a gay Jewish person that's saying this. This is actually kind of crazy. Okay.
Calling by Breitbart. I mean, that is ugly. Look at these headlines.
Well, no,
would you rather your child had feminism or cancer?
Well, that's not Steve,
There's
that's
no
mine.
hiring bias against women in tech. They just suck at interviews. That's extreme. That's ugly.
No, it's not extreme. They're my headlines. They're not Steve's. And
how are they not extreme?
Would you rather your child had feminism or cancer? Well, women agree with me. I mean, 7% of British women describe themselves as feminists. Just 7. It's only journalists who are still.
That is true.
Feminism is actually about
feminism about equality, of course. You know, they say one thing.
You're redefining it.
Well, no, they say one thing and they behave very differently. Feminists like
that's
to
very
say,
true.
when they're on the defensive, oh, don't you believe in equal rights? But the way they actually behave is nasty, vindictive,
Do you
and
believe
mean.
in equality for women? Do you believe in equality for
any
women?
normal person does. I want women
so you're actually a feminist then?
Well, I would describe myself as a second-wave feminist, but the modern version of feminism, this ugly, sociopathic, vindictive, mean, spiteful third-wave feminism, which is defined by misandry. Women agree with me, not with you.
Donald Trump has talked about...
Hold on. He just made a very good point, though. Like, he just said he's kind of a second-wave feminist because they actually have something to stand for, but the third-wave feminists have nothing to stand for. They are overcorrecting now. Third-wave feminism is nothingness. I'm serious. To everybody watching this, I just want you to know that third-wave feminism really had nothing, at least when I looked through their motto and everything like that. When I've looked through everything, they have nothing to actually fight for. It's just, you know, at this point, just bickering, you know, of nothing, you know? Like, it's really just nothing that they fight for, really.
Governing for all Americans. And yet, Breitbart, the chief strategist now, has these extreme, divisive headlines. Do you understand why people are fearful about the divisions that are being caused?
No, I don't agree at all. Actually, what we do is we do something quite rare in journalism these days. We publish satire, we publish provocation, we publish all kinds of journalism that traditionally would have been left-wing. You know,
that's true.
Sorts of dissident, mischievous, you know, thought-provoking kind of stuff where you're like, whoa, wait a minute. And then
Okay.
you read it and you think, oh, actually, well, that's changed my mind.
Right,
Isn't it bizarre? Don't you find,
no, I want to put some of that satire to you. I want to put some of your own satire to you. Wait a minute. I know you want women to log off the internet, but we are now in the Channel 4 News studio. You have to allow me to speak. You said that women offended online should log off. You said, yes, we'll certainly let women onto the men's internet a few times a year as long as you follow a few basic rules. You said, wait, let me finish. You said, mass Muslim immigration must stop or people will know real rape culture. Are we supposed to just soak that up and take it as one big joke?
Am I wrong about that? Am I wrong about that?
Answer me.
Am I wrong about that?
He's basically saying that immigrants are rapists, if you know what I mean. Wow. I guess illegal. I mean, not even all illegal. Like, that's crazy. That's just a crazy statement. Immigrants in general are rapists. No, some of them, of course. I wouldn't say much. I won't even say majority. But is there like a higher likelihood of them being rapists coming into the country? Probably. I have no idea. I don't know anything about that fact or statistic at all.
To just soak it up and take it as one big joke.
You're supposed to treat it as it's intended and not wrench it from context. You know perfectly well that it is a provocation designed to make people think and perhaps to make them laugh.
The guy who's behind all this provocation, the guy who hired you and turned you into a star, as you put it, is now chief strategist in the White House. What does it mean that someone who delighted in offending people, who delighted in having a laugh at Muslims and women, is now at the centre of power?
I delight in offending people. I think the grievance brigade, victimhood, you know, the idea that hurt feelings are some kind of special currency, I think that needs to come to an end, and America agrees.
What does that say about you? What does that say about the guy who's now the chief strategist? Should Steve Bannon care that people are offended?
No, because America has been ruled for 30 years by people who are too worried about what other people feel, not what other people think, and too worried about feelings versus facts. For decades, America has been run by the grievance brigade, by social justice warriors, hand-wringers, feminists, Black Lives Matter, all these groups that are preoccupied with feelings first and facts later. They spread conspiracy.
Hold on, wait, really quick. First off, I want to say that this guy, he doesn't remind me of Ben Shapiro because his views are a bit out there, but in terms of like the facts over feelings thing, he definitely, you know, that's Ben Shapiro. I don't know if this guy was before Ben Shapiro, but yeah. And also, she's doing the same exact thing she did with Jordan Peterson, saying that why are you offending people? Is this offense? Like, you know, these things are offensive. Why? Are you okay with offending people? Who cares? You know, like Jordan Peterson said. So, he said that's so amazing. It was so amazing what he said. He said that in order to say anything of meaning, you have to offend people. If I said just random stuff, of course I probably wouldn't offend anybody because it's not worth speaking. If you say anything worth speaking, of course you're gonna offend somebody. Somebody out there is gonna be offended. Whether you're black, white, you know, Jewish, gay, straight, anything, you're gonna be offended by something that somebody says because people just say things and they have certain opinions on things and they have certain views on things. That's just what it is. But let's keep going. That was pretty good.
Theories and propaganda about the wage gap, campus rape culture. This stuff isn't real.
What does it say about you, though? What does it say about Steve Bannon, who's now chief strategist, that you don't care about offending disabled people, ethnic minorities, women? You don't care about that.
Oh my
He doesn't care about
I
that.
care about facts.
Nobody cares.
But I thought you believed in a post-fact universe.
So who?
That's one of your quotes.
Is it?
We live in a post-fact era. It's wonderful, you said.
Yes, what I meant from that was just telling the facts are no longer enough. You now have to be persuasive and charismatic and interesting and funny. Just telling people things isn't enough anymore.
That's facts.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
Now, hold on. Now, that last part right there was a fact. You have to be charismatic and you have to be interesting and entertaining in order for people to listen to what you're saying. I need to get better at that. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm learning now. You know, I'm still pretty new at this. I'm learning. Just 2 or 3 months in, I think. 3 months now. I'm 3 months in. I'm still learning. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe. And let me know what you guys want me to react to next. Really, anything political is good. But yeah, peace.